Welcome back everyone to another episode of Dosti और Cricket. My name is Oais Moti और आज हम रिव्यू करेंगे पाकिस्तान वर्सेस अफगानिस्तान का वर्ल्ड कप मैच. I'm joined by my co-host Ehsan Lodi.
Assalamu alaikum everyone and welcome back to another podcast. और as always said, आज हम बात करेंगे पाकिस्तान और अफगानिस्तान के मैच की. और दिल फिर से टूट गया है. अब तो मामूल बन गया है हमारा दिल टूटना. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into the game. Always, what do you think about the game?
यार एहसन, क्रिकेट मेरी बर्बादी का सबब बनेगी. Really, this sport has become an unhealthy obsession for me. और अगर पाकिस्तान जीत रही होती तो really it would be worth it. But honestly, this has become like a one-sided relationship. हमेशा पाकिस्तान टीम हारती है. हर मैच में वही सीन, हर टूर्नामेंट में वही होता है. I don't know what to do, man. I'm really, again, really disappointed. और बस मैं चाहता हूँ कि जो भी remaining games बाकी हैं, पाकिस्तान plays for their honor and does not lose games by a huge margin because I don't see them winning. I don't see them winning against South Africa or any other team. Anyways, let's start. I think the game was just horrible to see, especially the bowling. Where do you think we lost the match, Essen?
Firstly, yeah, I agree. We really thought Pakistan cricket team was Superman, but in reality, it was Homelander. But yeah, I agree that हम मतलब पूरी गेम में we never were in the game. I think out of 100 overs or however many overs were bowled, I think 95% of the overs they dominated us. Maybe in the middle a couple of times we were on top of them. We had a little bit of an upper hand. But other than that, I don't really feel कि हमने कहीं पे भी उनको dominate किया या कहीं पे भी हमने वो क्रिकेट खेली जिसके लिए हम जाने जाते थे या like you know at least a cricket where we were trying. हम कोशिश करके हारे. ऐसा कहीं भी पूरी गेम में नज़र नहीं आया. I know they were trying, but it was just not good enough. मतलब कोई ऐसा चांस ही नहीं मिला पाकिस्तान को where Pakistan could get back in the game. पूरी गेम में अफगानिस्तान और on top, जब बैटिंग करे थे तब भी, जब बॉलिंग करे थे तब भी. तो it was just hurtful to see Pakistan lose another game. World Cup में 5 games हो गई हैं, 3 हार चुका है पाकिस्तान. So yeah, I mean now the chances depend on other teams. हमेशा की तरह कुदरत का निज़ाम और calculations पे आ गई ये बात दोबारा से. But really, yeah, it's just every World Cup we have to go through this. But anyway, in terms of the game always, what did you think? Did we lose the game in batting or did we lose the game in bowling?
I think it's pretty obvious we lost the game in bowling. 280 plus is a pretty decent score, especially how the ball was turning during the first innings. I think Pakistan played pretty decent. Babar Azam was a standout performer, I think. A very a very responsible knock by him. I think that 70 really equates to a century in my eyes, considering the situation of the game and the magnitude. It was virtually a knockout game for us. So I think Babar batted well. So batting was overall good. Iftikhar came in and ended the good innings well. So batting I don't think was an issue. I think bowling was where we lost the game. We did not take wickets in the power play, and once any team gets a good start to the power play, and if they're chasing 300 less, under 300, तो उनकी start अच्छी थी. अगर आप power play में wickets नहीं लोगे तो really the upper hand is to the batting team. So bowling is definitely where we lost. We lacked rhythm in the bowling, especially in the start. No wicket taking opportunities arised. There was a drop catch of Iftikhar in the middle, but really I don't think that made much of a difference. The bowling let us down. Shaheen doesn't look the same. Haris doesn't look the same. Hassan Ali is really bringing no impact. So this is a huge concern for us. I don't remember the last time where Pakistan went into a tournament lacking in bowling. Really, bowling has always been our strength. हमें पता होता था कि यार बैटिंग हमारी इतनी अच्छी होती नहीं है यूजुअली, बट बॉलिंग यूजुअली कवर अप कर लेती है. हमें हमेशा विकेट्स मिलती हैं स्टार्ट में. स्पेशली शाहीन अफरीदी ने ऐसी आदत लगा ली है कि ये एक्सपेक्टेशन होती थी कि शाहीन विकेट लेगा फर्स्ट फ्यू ओवर्स में, बट अब वो दिखता नहीं है. वो हंगर दिखती नहीं है बॉलर्स में. I don't know, maybe it's demotivation, it's lack of energy, lack of fitness, I don't know, but the bowling does not look the same. So I don't know what the Pakistan team can do to improve their bowling. I don't think there's anyone on the bench who's stronger to come in. I don't think Wasim Jr. is better than any of the three playing at the moment. I don't think Zaman Khan is better than any of the three playing at the moment. These three are your top 3 bowlers in the top 15. So we have to stick with them. There's no choice. They just need to really step up.
Yeah, I think I agree. Pakistan bowling में हारा है, but really don't you think that in this World Cup या अगर आप पिछले 3-4 साल की the brand of cricket teams are playing, no one's playing to defend 280, no one's playing to defend 250. अब आगे निकल गए लोग. Everyone, you see teams they're scoring 380, 350, 400 even. So teams are scoring big totals. They know that this is a batsman era of cricket. Much of it depends on batsmen. People know that they can score good runs in the first 10 overs. There's only two fielders allowed outside. You can take advantage of that. You have to take advantage of that. Teams are scoring 90, 100 in the first 10 overs. And from then on, you have 40 overs to score, what, 250 odd runs? That's a run a ball. Really, people take advantage of the first 10 overs. And our approach is the same. हम पहले 10 ओवरों में विकेट बचाते हैं ताकि कोई आउट ना हो जाए, कोई आउट ना हो जाए. 10 ओवर में 50 रन हैं, 50 वी हैव 50 रन, एंड देन इनएविटेबली वी लूज अ विकेट एज वेल. तो फिर 10, 11, 12वें ओवर में हमारी विकेट भी गिर जाती है और स्कोर भी 50-60 होता है. ना विकेट बचाने का कोई फ़ायदा हुआ, ना रन रेट का कोई फ़ायदा होता है. फिर वहाँ से दोबारा बिल्ड करो, फिर एक और विकेट गिर गई, then there's another collapse. We just keep hoping that something will change, but the mindset, the brand of cricket we're playing is not changing. We want to defend, we want to keep wickets in the first 20-30 overs by playing like 4 runs an over, 5 runs an over, and at the end you go hard, you bring in Iftikhar, Shadab. लेकिन वो कितना ही damage कर लेंगे? They can't play every game like it's a T20 game. You have to allow them to settle in, to play. तो आपको चेंज करना पड़ेगा कुछ ना कुछ, where you're going hard at the bowlers. फिर उसके बाद you have a 280 target. Our bowling, I don't think, as I always said, we've ever had a bowling that's not clicking at all. Really, the bowling is not clicking with the team at all. There's no balance. The spinners are not working. You see other teams इस same pitch पे इंडिया ने ऑस्ट्रेलिया को 199 पे आउट किया. It's the same pitch, the same used pitch. Pakistan has 282 to defend against Afghanistan and they can't defend. You've seen teams can chase good totals because the conditions do suit batsmen, but it doesn't mean कि spinners काम ही ना करें, ball spinning ना. And सबसे बड़े सरप्राइज की बात है, जब पाकिस्तान बॉलिंग करवा रहा होता है तो लगता है बैटिंग पिच है. जब पाकिस्तान बैटिंग कर रहा होता है तो बॉल गज गज की स्पिन हो रही होती है. तो बॉल गज गज की स्पिन हो रही होती है. बॉल लगता है कि भाई यहाँ पे गिरेगी और विकेट में जाएगी सीधा. बैट्समैन आर स्ट्रगलिंग. नो वन नोज हाउ टू प्ले स्पिनर्स. उन्होंने 4 स्पिनर अपने एक टाइम पे लगाए हुए. पाकिस्तान हैज नो क्लू हाउ टू प्ले देम.
Yes, Hassan, absolutely agree with you on one point that the brand of cricket that Pakistan plays is outdated. Modern cricket has evolved now. अब वो ज़माना गया जहाँ पर आपको पहले 40 ओवर में आप 200 रन बना लो, 210 रन बना लो, गो एट 5 एंड ओवर, और फिर आखिरी 10 ओवर में गो ऑल इन एंड जितने रन बन सकते हैं आखिरी 10 ओवर में 75, 80, 100 जितने भी बने, गुड फॉर द टीम. I think Pakistan team is still playing that brand of cricket where they're relying too much in the last 10 overs, but now it has changed. If you notice, every single team in this World Cup is going hard in the first 10 overs. Just look at how Rohit Sharma plays in the first 10 overs. They want to capitalize. They want to score 65, 70 runs in the first 10 overs so that the rest of the 30, 35 overs, they can, go at a run a ball and then again attack in the last 5 or 6 overs. बट नहीं, पाकिस्तान वही क्रिकेट खेल रही है. पहले 10 ओवर आराम से 50 रन मारो, विकेट ना गिराओ. विकेट गिराने की कोशिश नहीं करते बट फिर भी विकेट गिर जाती है. तो अगर आपको एनीवेज विकेट लूज़ करनी है, माइट एज वेल गो हार्ड. So this needs to change. They need to attack in the power play. I mean, can you imagine in this match, Abdullah Shafiq hit 2 sixes in the power play. I think after 1,000 balls plus, Pakistan has hit a 6 in the power play. And the team and the fans and the analysts are celebrating the fact that, Pakistan have finally chakka mara hai power play mein. How embarrassing is that? It just shows that, the cricket we're playing is outdated. We need to attack more in the power play. And this is where I think that Babar Azam is crucial. I know Babar Azam should not open. He should come one down. That's understood. But I feel like if Babar comes in the 12th, 13th, 14th over like he's usually coming, where the run rate is anyways low and the power play is ended, it's hard for Babar to settle in and get his shots playing because he comes in a pressure situation, and I'd rather him bat in the power play. So I think if you bring in Fakhar Zaman instead of Imam ul Haq, now Fakhar Zaman is a hit or miss player. Either he scores big and he builds the innings, or he loses wicket early. But he is attacking. So I think it's a good idea if Fakhar Zaman comes in instead of Imam. Fakhar plays his shots in the power play, get as many boundaries as you can. And if he does get out in that process, it's fine because Babar Azam can come into the power play and again start off his innings by playing his, conventional shots. So I think that power play will give him the opportunity to settle down and take the innings long. Coming in the 13th, 14th, 15th over where the team is already at less than 5 of a run rate, and then having to build the innings, it's a bit difficult. And Imam's lack of setting a huge platform is causing that issue. So might as well let Fakhar Zaman, start the innings well. And if he gets out in the process, at least Babar can come and play his shots and get into the rhythm. And coming into the spin bowling, Pakistan is struggling big time, big time. We played Usama Mir as well 2 games. Shadab has come back in the squad, and I see no improvement at all. It's so funny to see कि जब अफगानिस्तान के 4 bowlers खेल रहे थे तो it was spinning, it was turning like crazy. बट जब पाकिस्तान बॉलिंग करना आई तो अचानक से वो पिच ही अलग लग रही थी. ऐसा लग रहा है कि दूसरे ग्राउंड में खेल रहे हैं, दूसरे पिच पे खेल रहे हैं, बिकॉज वो स्पिन हमें मिल ही नहीं रही थी. आई थिंक बाबर आजम को लग रहा था कि what बाबर आजम said afterwards is कि it was more of a spinning track. It looked like it was helping spinners. That's why he brought in the spinners while the fast bowlers were putting pressure on. But we'll talk about that later. But I don't know, maybe the pitch changed under the lights. So what do you think, Essen? Do you think winning the toss and batting first was the correct decision, considering how the game played out?
I really feel कि firstly कि batting की बात की जब छक्का मारा अब्दुल्ला शफीक ने, firstly talk about, we saw the whole bench, बाबर आजम, रिजवान, सब तालियां बजा रहे हैं, इस तरह खुश हो रहे हैं, आपको लगेगा कोई 50 की है, किसी ने सेंचुरी की है. No, it's just a simple 6 in power play, and the whole team is getting so happy that someone's brave enough to take a shot on in a power play where there's literally only 2 fielders outside the circle. तो आपको हमें अपनी brand of cricket change करनी पड़ेगी, as we've already discussed. Or spin, I think batting, when Babar Azam won the toss, but if Pakistan actually put up a good total, they are capable of defending it. And everyone was saying that on that pitch the par score was 280. So Pakistan actually good score. It was a good score. A good bowling attack can defend that score on that pitch. But we are seeing more and more that the teams are chasing. India ने अपने 5 मैच खेले हैं. All 5 of them they've chased. All 5 of them they've chased their targets. 5 में उन्होंने चेस किया है और उन्होंने हर टारगेट चेस किया है. You're seeing more teams that can chase targets, and that is because you know the rhythm that you want to play on. But it's because Pakistan was coming in from matches where they were not able to chase targets. ऑस्ट्रेलिया गेम में हम टारगेट चेज नहीं कर पाए, तो ऑब्वियसली दिस द प्रेशर इन द बैक ऑफ द माइंड कि अगर बड़ा टोटल दूसरी टीम डालती है तो मे बी विल लूज द गेम इवन एट द स्टार्ट. हम शुरू में गेम हार जाएंगे, हम टारगेट चेज करने से पहले ही मेंटल प्रेशर में आ जाएंगे. सो लेट्स जस्ट गो आउट, प्ले विदाउट प्रेशर एंड पुट अप अ गुड टोटल. बट I really think Pakistan's always struggled to put on a good total. The only time I think they put on a good total was Champions Trophy 17, and they ended up winning the game. But if you don't put up a good total, no matter how good your bowling is, आप पहले ओवर में 3 विकेटें भी ले लें, someone's gonna build a partnership and they're gonna chase down that total. And exactly what happened. हमारे तो विकेट्स ली ही नहीं ना शुरू में. Afghanistan के openers, they both scored 50s. All 4 of their players scored a 50. How embarrassing is that for Pakistan bowling lineup that you can't take a single wicket of any batsman at 10 or a single digit score? They're all scoring freely against you. और जिस पे वो आउट हुए तब भी वो they were going for shots and they got out. It's not like the ball was so amazing that somehow it deceived the batsman and they were LBW, something like that. No, they were playing shots and they got out. And that is what Pakistan needs to focus on. I don't think Pakistan made the right decision by batting first. But obviously Babar knows what pitch he's seeing. But I think in terms of what mindset they have, it's always probably good that they chase.
Over, they apply the pressure, but 2 balls in the over will be loose balls, will be bad balls, and those will go for runs. So really, you have to be consistent. 6 out of 6 balls, over after over, have to be spot on. अगर ये नहीं होगा, the batsman will get that leeway to score runs. You're just leaking runs by giving singles, doubles, and boundaries. Really, I think in the first 10 overs, there was probably a boundary every single over. It was so easy for Afghanistan to set the platform. And once they played out the first 12, 13, 14 overs, it was obvious that they're going to chase down the score. So Haris Rauf really needs to improve. The spin bowling we've criticized a lot already. There's not much to say. There's no improvement. Shaheen is not taking wickets up the orders. The bowling is really a disaster. And I'm really disappointed in Hassan Ali, in Haris Rauf. So, yeah, my question to you, Essen, is it time to replace Haris Rauf with Zaman Khan or someone else like Wasim Jr. can take his place to restrict runs in the middle overs? If you can't take wickets, at least you're supposed to restrict the runs. Do you think the other bowlers are capable of doing that?
I mean, technically, that is what should probably happen. You should have a backup bowler when one bowler is not performing, you bring in someone else and you try them out. But the thing is, Pakistan ने अपने one-day में अब 4 मैच रह गए. There's 4 games remaining in the group stages, and Pakistan has to win all 4 of them. But technically, you have had no experience in how you use other bowlers or other bowling lineups or your alternative options. Really, Zaman Khan को आपने उतना नहीं खिलाया. आपका obviously Naseem Shah going was a huge blow, which cost us, that balance. That balance is gone because of him. But there is no backup in terms of, like, if you replace Haris Rauf. Haris Rauf is a quality bowler, bowls 140, 150k. This is what his main strength is, that he bowls fast. But really look at every fast bowler this World Cup. They have gone for runs, but they also get wickets. Haris Rauf, the problem with him is he comes in the first over. पहले ओवर में उसको अफगानिस्तान के खिलाफ he got hit for 4 fours, 4 चौके पहले ओवर में. That's a lot for any bowler. You're not going to come back into your line and length if you get hit for 4 fours in the first game, in the first over. And secondly, जो batsman आपको 4 चौके मार रहा है, he's going to get so much confidence in himself that he can hit your main bowler for 4 fours. He can easily take that on, and he can see that the pitch is behaving well according to him. So he will always have that option to go full on against your bowlers. So Haris Rauf ने बाद में maiden भी करवाया. He bowled good in the end in terms of restricting runs, but it was just not enough because already you've given away too many runs. First 14-15 overs में पाकिस्तान ने इतने runs दे दिए थे कि even if you restricted afterwards, you don't have anything to play with. You don't have a lose over that you can afford. You can't afford 2-3 lose overs and still be in the game. You can't. 100 balls से लेके I think till 12 balls, it was a run a ball. And Pakistan could not afford a single bad over. फिर उसमें बीच में 2 spinners के over आ गए, and we got hit for more runs. So I think Haris Rauf can be replaced, but really Zaman Khan has no experience. You're gonna bring him in just like you replace Shadab with Usama Mir, and he doesn't perform. Then you're gonna want to bring Haris Rauf back. You don't have many matches to do this experimentation. You have 4 games left. I think Babar's gonna stick with his strengths. जो पहले perform किया, he's gonna think that Haris Rauf sooner or later will come back into form. I don't see it happening because obviously he must be low on confidence because he's getting hit by every team, and every team now will target him. So I don't know, but I think Babar will just stick with his strengths because he's going to think कि ये player इनको 2 साल मैंने इन चीज़ के लिए ट्रेन किया कि come into the World Cup, perform, and now last minute you perform because 2-3 गेम में नहीं हुई तो आप उनको नया प्लेयर ले आओ. जमान खान वो परफॉर्म नहीं करेगा, उस पर बेचारे पे लोग गालियाँ देंगे, बुरा बोलेंगे उसको, फिर हारिस रऊफ को वापस लाएंगे. यू जस्ट डोंट हैव द टाइम रियली. आपको खिलाना ही पड़ेगा इनको, आपका कोई ऑप्शन नहीं. मे बी यू कैन रिप्लेस a spinner and bring in another fast bowler at some point, but really you can just do experimentation. I really don't see much changes. The only person I would want in the lineup is Abrar. You want a quality spinner क्योंकि शादाब और नवाज तो बहुत मार खा रहे हैं.
Okay, let's now talk about the sloppy fielding. Batting, you can always make an excuse that the bowlers were incredible, they were better on the day, तो आपने wicket अपनी दे दी. Bowling is also excusable कि the pitch wasn't helping and the batsman outclassed you. But fielding is inexcusable because fielding is purely on yourself. You're responsible for that. There's no excuse for that. You have to catch every ball, you have to field every ball, you have to stop every ball whenever it comes to you. So there's no excuse for poor fielding. Batting or bowling में आप excuse बना सकते हो, but not in fielding. And Pakistan team were horrible in the field, giving away unnecessary boundaries, giving away unnecessary runs. It's these small margins that cost you the game. Now imagine if some of those boundaries were indeed stopped. I think there were 3 or 4 misfields that ended up at boundaries. Now imagine 16 runs extra by the end. It makes a huge difference. Having those 16 runs extra to score at the end, and if we got a wicket at that time, while they had to cover up those runs, really, we would have been on top of the game then. So these small margins matter. Every single run matters, and we have seen that in the World Cup. 2019 World Cup final there wasn't even a run difference between the 2 top teams. Not even a runs difference. And that is what you expect in the World Cup. That is the level of quality. So the feeling is just sloppy. And I don't know the reasons for it. And it's something that really Pakistan team has to work on and improve in the next few games.
Yeah, the fielding is so poor. समझ नहीं आ रहा, हमेशा ही पाकिस्तान का मसला रहा है. कभी नहीं हुआ कि हम एक ऐसी टीम हो जिस पे लोग देख के कहें कि these guys are fielding so good. I think the day Pakistan teams field well in a tournament, they will always win that tournament because इतने runs leak होते हैं. And if you saw Afghanistan fielding, they were not giving away a single run. They were putting their lives on the field. You know, they were stopping every single run, every single boundary with their life. They knew how much that game meant to them. They knew how important that game was, and they actually gave it their all. Pakistan, it feels like the team is so lazy. The team morale is so down. They're not fielding well. They're not batting well. They're not bowling well. The balance is not there. I think the team is just really low on morale and self confidence, and I think it is showing on the field in every department of the game. So I think Pakistan team needs to work on not only the skills that they have, batting, fielding, bowling, but also the mental toughness. You know, to think that a new game is a new game, go in there to win. Whatever's happened has happened. Go in there and win the next game. That's what you want. You don't want the shadows of the past game lurking on you and thinking that when you go in the next game, you're thinking about the past game or something else, and then you drop a catch and then you cost that game as well. Because you can't afford. अब तो आपको चारों गेम में जीतनी है. And even then it will come down to net run rate probably. Considering Australia has won against Netherlands with a huge margin and their run rate has gone it's skyrocketed. And every team is capable of scoring 400 except Pakistan. I really don't think Pakistan can score 400.
Yeah, without the attacking intent and without the aggression in the first 10-15 overs, वो 400 रन कभी बनेंगे ही नहीं. आप देखो डेविड वार्नर कैसे इनिंग स्टार्ट करता है, रोहित शर्मा कैसे स्टार्ट करता है, वही इंटेंट आप शो करोगे तो ही आपका 350 प्लस बनेगा, वरना आप वही 300 barely 300 टच करोगे, and that is not a winning score at this World Cup, no way. Anyways, another thing I want to point out is just the fact that our middle order batsmen like to throw their wicket away. They play irresponsible shots and it's just pissing off. The way Mohammad Rizwan got out, you're playing an offside ball, you're sweeping an offside ball, really trying to hit it down to fine leg. It just doesn't make sense, yaar. What kind of cricket is this? It's senseless. You can't be making such mistakes. You're throwing your wicket away. And Saud Shakil, what was that? You're running down the track, just flicking it into the air, hoping that you know it's going to drop जहाँ पर फील्डर ना हो. आप अपने विकेट्स थ्रो कर रहे हो. यू कॉन्ट डू दिस. इट्स अ वर्ल्ड कप यार. इफ साउथ शकी खड़ा हो जाता, पार्टनरशिप बनती, मे बी 15-20-30 रन और बनते हैं एंड में, बट नहीं. अपार्ट फ्रॉम बाबर आजम, really no one looks. No, I'm sorry, Abdullah Shafiq again with a top quality knock, and Iftikhar with an amazing end to the innings. But Babar Azam I thought was a standout performer, but poor shot selection by Saud and Rizwan. And I think that's a major factor of losing as well. These wickets gone at crucial times cost you around 30-40 runs overall, and that makes a huge difference. If we maybe had 30-40 runs more for Afghanistan to chase, we would have won that game, because they would go extra hard, and through that maybe we would have gotten more wickets. So another concerning factor.
Also, I wanted to ask you, Wes, what do you think about the outside noise with the team? How much do you think is affecting the team? Because there's so much talk. Dosti RE11, अपनी merit पे team select नहीं हुई है. There's talk shows. There's ex-players. Everyone's bashing the team. There's no backing from the management as it used to be in Ramiz Raja's tenure. कोई backing नहीं है. You can see clearly that the players are not backed. There is no one coming out making statements for the team. There's no one coming out saying that, you know, you need to take it easy on the team. Let them come back. There's talks about captaincy removal. बात हो रही है कि बाबर को captaincy से हटा देंगे. इंजमामुल हक chief selector. You go in the middle of a tournament. You go and meet Shan Masood. You know what kind of a message that will send to the team that is currently playing the World Cup. At least wait for the World Cup to be over. So what do you think about all this outside noise, and how much do you think is affecting the team?
Dekho, regarding selection, I think Babar and the chief selector were given full authority of which players they want in the squad. So regarding selection, Babar is fully responsible. I don't think I think that all the players that he's chosen have been backed, and have been backed for the past 3-4 years. They're the same players we've been seeing in the squad for the past few tournaments in the past series. So regarding selection, Babar has to own up to it. I do believe that the 18-member squad selected is the strongest 18 players in the country. So selection-wise, I think Babar is fine. He just has to own up to it. So selection-wise, I don't think there's any drama. But there are many rumors of rifts between players. There's talk about Babar being removed from captaincy and maybe Shaheen taking over. A lot of people are advocating for Shaheen to be captain, especially his Susar and even Akib Javed. They're pushing hard publicly to make Shaheen captain, um, and I think that is maybe causing a rift between not the players, but it's on the mind of the players. It's on Shaheen's mind. It's on Rizwan's mind, and it's on Babar's mind. Give my captaincy. Babar's probably thinking my captaincy is a risk. Shaheen and Rizwan are probably thinking ये chance है मुझे captaincy मिलने का. So maybe there is some demotivation and some rift there, but I don't think the team is fighting. I think this is the strongest unit, drama-free, loyal, trustworthy group of players we've seen than in the past. Not like those politician type players that have been in our team in the past. I don't think there's any toxicity between the playing 11. I think there's some talk about captaincy, some pressure, and some opportunities there, but I don't think it's causing drama between the team. But it is very disappointing to see that our heroes from the past, ex-cricketers and people with influence, are making statements while the tournament is going on. You're absolutely right. Meeting Shan Masood while the World Cup is going on is an added pressure to the openers. Imamul Haq is probably thinking, yaar, meri to position gayi ab after the World Cup. So he's going to be very demotivated, and it's very negative impact on the players' mental health, and which will reflect in their performances. तो टीवी पे आकर सारे ex cricketers और so called analysts are just going on about इस player को हटाओ, बाबर को captaincy से हटाओ, ये वो. So really, I think it's very toxic. It should not be done in between the tournament. I mean, look at Joe Root. Sky Sports Cricket has released an interview of Joe Root reflecting on how the how the tournament is going on so far, and how they have to be there for Butler. That is a statement that Joe Root has said during the tournament right now. So other cricket boards and other teams are using their influence and their platform to encourage motivation and encourage the fans to back the team. But हमारे board और हमारे executives opposite करते हैं. तो मुझे really बिल्कुल अच्छा नहीं लगता. It has a negative impact on the players, and I really hope the players are off social media while they're at the World Cup. Not because they shouldn't have access to it, just because that the ex-players and our fans, not our fans, our analysts are bashing them, and that's gonna affect their performances. So might as well stay away from social media so that you can save yourself from it.
Yeah, there's so much talk. इतनी बातें हो रही हैं, हर टीवी पे कोई ना कोई बैठा है, किसी चैनल पे कोई है, किसी चैनल पे कोई है. And really, these are our ex-players. There are legends of the game that are talking. But it's so demotivating for the team to see them bashing them, because it's not like Pakistan has been winning World Cups. Pakistan 2009 में जीता, Pakistan 2017 में Champions Trophy जीता, yes. But overall, if you see ODI World Cup performances, Pakistan has not done well. 2007, I think, when Pakistan lost to Ireland. 2011, Pakistan lost to India on a low total where we were absolutely bossing the game. 2015, mein we've lost games. 2019, mein we've lost games with the same players that are now criticizing Babar and the team. They were in that team. They were performing in that team, and they were not doing well. There's a reason we were not doing well. Out of 5 games in 2019 World Cup, we'd only won 1. We lost 3 games and we had drawn 1. So this was 2019 World Cup. This is the exact same players that you want back in the team. You want Sarfraz to be the captain. You want Amir to come back in. You want Imad to come back in. The only player that I see has a genuine case of coming back is Imad Wasim. I do feel he can come in. He can contribute with a bat, contribute with the ball. But really, आमिर ने गेम्स ही नहीं खेली हैं कोई पिछले कितने सालों में. आई थिंक पाकिस्तान में आप उसको बुलाना चाहते हो, नो रीज़न, आई डोंट सी इट. सरफराज, ही इज़ नॉट इवन द बेस्ट विकेट कीपर बैट्समैन यू हैव. यू वांट टू ब्रिंग हिम इन फॉर व्हाट रीज़न? I don't see. Shan Masood को आपको कैप्टन बनाना है. How are you going to bring in Shan Masood and make him a captain when he's not even in the squad? You're going to make someone a captain who's not even in the squad. Yes, he's a good player. You should bring him in if you feel like you want to bring him in. But straight away make him the captain over Babar. It does not make sense. And this is our history. We do stupid stuff. We do stupid stuff. We do stuff that, no other team is doing on the planet. But we want to do those things. We want to remove our best players. And it's not the case with just Pakistan. India may be a problem. I think they have the same issue. They will have the best players in the world. But as soon as the team drops, they're going to criticize them within a second. They will forget all these big and good performances of these players, 5-6 matches. If India loses in a semi-final, final, they're going to get bashed. we need to come out of this mindset. We need to support the team at least till they're playing. Once they're out of the World Cup, you see reasons to troll them, you see reasons to, criticize them, fine. But at least when they're in the tournament, they deserve backing because they need to have that support so they can perform better. If you actually put them down, they're going to put in even worse performances. So they need backing, I feel like, from the management.
Chalo, Essen, before we end the episode, let me just get your opinion on your prediction in the next 4 matches. Will Pakistan win all 4, or what changes will you do to the playing 11? And then I'll give you my opinion.
I think 99% chance, 1% faith. We will always believe Pakistan will beat all 4 games, all 4 teams, and I think Pakistan will win all 4 games. Inshallah, they just have to go in with the right mindset. They have the quality to beat any side. They have to pick up their game. They have to show what they are. They have to show why they're ranked where they're ranked. They have to show why their players are so highly rated. They have to prove who they are all over again. And I think inshallah Pakistan will win the next 4 games, and inshallah कुदरत के निज़ाम से सेमीफाइनल में भी चले ही जाएंगे. And yeah, so what do you think?
I'm going to be absolutely delulu over here. I think that Pakistan is going to win the next 4 matches. We're going to win against South Africa. We're going to win against England, against New Zealand, and against Bangladesh. And we will, inshallah, qualify for the semi-finals. Yeah, we are praying for the team, or inshallah, I think that's what's going to happen. And regarding the changes in the playing 11, what I would do personally is drop Imamul Haq, bring in Fakhar Zaman for some aggression in the top order. And if he does get out, then it gives Babar Azam to the chance to get settled in during the power play. And I would drop Osama Mir, and I will bring in Agha Salman in his place. Agha Salman can bowl spin, Iftikhar can bowl spin, so they can take over the quota for the last 10 overs. So we have an extra batsman this way. We have a more settled middle order. And I think the bowling I would keep the same, the 3 fast bowlers. So these 2 changes are highly critical, and I think that would make us win the next 4 matches.
Also, basically, guys, we invited one of our friends to the podcast. And since we've invited them, Pakistan हार ही जा रहा है. We said that when Pakistan wins, we'll invite you onto the podcast as a guest. और उस दिन से लेके आज तक पाकिस्तान हार ही रहा है. So, we don't know if we need to cancel the invite or we should just invite them anyway and have them on the podcast to...
नहीं यार, मुझे लगता है ये किट का मसला है. ये किट का मसला है because जब भी हम किट पहन के मैं पॉडकास्ट करता हूँ, जब भी ऐसे कि पीछे किट लटकी हुई होती है वॉल पे, तभी हमारे ऑडियो और वीडियो के भी इश्यूज आते हैं पॉडकास्ट में. तो ये किट का मसला है, इसलिए प्लेयर्स परफॉर्म नहीं कर रहे. मुझे तो ये लगता है. तो ये मेरा ओपिनियन है. Anyways, let's end the podcast, Essen. But as we started in the last episode, none of us won the challenge, so none of us got food. So what do you think this time? Who is going to be the man of the match?
My backup was Babar Azam, so I'm going to say I kind of won. But anyway, I think against...
You said both of our backups is Babar Azam. So technically you did not win.
Okay, well, if you want to feel happy thinking that. But anyway, I think against South Africa, the one player that will perform again is Abdullah Shafiq. I think he's been exceptionally well, and I really want him to perform well, get a good score, get a century or something. That is something that, he can prove that how good he is. He can show to the world. I think against South Africa, fast bowling attack, he can easily get a very good score. And I think, inshallah, he will. And in terms of bowling, I can't go past Shaheen. He's the only one performing at the moment, so I feel like Shaheen will be the leading wicket taker in that game.
My prediction is that Babar Azam is going to be the man of the match against South Africa. We are seeing a big century coming, full of determination and passion. So Babar Azam is my man of the match. And my standout bowler is going to be Iftikhar Chacha. I think he's going to make some wonders in the middle overs. Just watch.
Maybe not call him Chacha then.
No, bro, that's out of love.
Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching this podcast. And inshallah, we're praying for the next match to be a win. Over to you, Uwais.
Thank you so much, guys, for watching another episode. And hopefully see you guys very soon.